So it's a totally kind of a different look. My skin looks glowing, natural. Everything looks a little bit better. I'm gonna cut back off the car because I just have a little bit of, my windows are, well, they're connected to that electricity, at least until you open the door. And then after that, you can't, I think, do anything there. And that's it. So we're now doing our best and everything, and we're doing good. And we're great. We're grateful, and we're doing really, really good. So we've gotten dressed. Ultimately, I mostly keep my earrings on. They're a stainless steel, and I keep my ring on, which is so like it's supposed to be a stainless steel. And it basically, I do a little bit of a clean across that just to make sure that's doing okay. Looks pretty good. And then that's it. We have like a fresh face, all clean, all washed. And the only thing I'm gonna do is go in the back of the truck and go ahead and I'm gonna just make sure I'm gonna carry an extra packet with me. My deodorant's on, my teeth are washed. And I know normally you're supposed to put your do your flossers. So I'm gonna see exactly where I put them. I think they might be on the back side of me. And that's it. We are doing really great. And so we have, I think there's like a hair here. Sorry about that. And then we have all the patience in the world. We're gonna put our jacket back on. We've got our deodorant. We're covered there. And just going to pick out a pair of pants in the back, and we're going to swap out bottoms, and that should be good enough. The dog's always curious. It's like, what you doing when you open a bag? I swear, dogs, and go to the zoo and open your purse. You know, they'll show up in a hierarchy, actually, of who can sit where. And that is based on, you know, their alpha branding. And then you might actually see one of the big gorillas come out and kind of be like curious too. And they love that stuff. They love human stuff more than we do. It is amazing what the animal world does to watch us too. We watch each other. Okay? And that is exactly what happens. There's evidence that we basically watch each other. More than you think. They're like, oh, we leave humans alone. They're watching you too. You know, if anybody asks you who do you feel like something's been watching you, you can say, though sometimes my sometimes I get the feeling my dog is watching. It's watching me. Yeah, I said body. Correct you right away. And then Alright. Then you're all set, except for that is done and doner. Gonna grab my pack. Just make sure. Oh my god. When they say it's the biggest organ, they mean it's the biggest organ. It sticks around the skin. It's so hard to clean. So it's a lot of little crevices and spaces. So you are doing so well if you can get through that. Then chuck that in my Chuck Not Norris bag. Oh God, Kelly, that was bad. You want this piece of cheese? No, not interested. And the Chuck Norris bag. And then I'm gonna take my medicine. And that's it. Believe it, I invested in a year's supply. And we've been kind of down and out, so hopefully that investment will pay off a little bit. Then, got my cup. I know it looks gross, but it had orange juice in it from yesterday, and it looked really bad, so I'm gonna do that, and then we're going to pull out a new cup from the back. And discard that because it's just not worth it to get sick. But yeah, by the time you turn around in the morning, if you haven't washed out your cup, yeah, it's not like I can't keep it, but because it's got some sticky stuff on the top, it's just going to attract more hair and more hair from Phytoeuchus, the Lucas plant, and and then it's just like my leggings. So I'm going to put a few napkins in my pocket and head on over to the homestead. And that's it. So we should be plunking it into a new metaphorical space. And we have a new sweatshirt hoodie. And that, I could wear this outfit again, but the pants really need a good washing. So that's what we have with that. And then I'd like to put on a scarf to protect my shirt from neck flesh. And I think this is a big thing. When people were wearing stuff, they layered up so that they could proportionately have less wear and tear on, well, they wouldn't get ring around the rosy would be preserved for that kind of well, I'm not even sure because baths were either copper or metal. I'm not sure if they were clawfoot, what century that the cast iron clawfoot came in. And then I guess you would get ring around the rosy for the tub. I'm not sure. So I'll look that up historically and do some type of video on bathing, especially because this is the new way for me to bathe, and you can see, it's quite an interesting thing I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. And this has been out for a while because a lot of women sit in an office and they feel, you know, like one of the things that they have to do when they go to the bathroom is brush their teeth at lunchtime or whenever they eat. And then they also feel as though they have to wash their crevices whenever they use the bathroom. And this cuts down. They also use panty liners, which are easily disposable for little leaks. And then when they're in the office, they use it's you know, in absence of a bidet, this is a way to fortify and keep yourself going strongly clean, in especially in lieu of technical difficulties, if you will have. So I think at the office, your gym bag is your best friend, absolutely, especially if you keep a portable travel kit bag in it, which has deodorant, mouthwash, small toothpaste, any size that will fit in, usually in the travel bag. But if you want to keep too small of those and too small and a deodorant, that's what you want in your tote bag as well. So if you're not going to the gym because you don't have a membership when you travel around and you go to a secondary site, you're going to have to keep one. Probably you might have to go and buy something locally when you get to a place, and just have something in your and buy an extra deodorant if you want to. It depends on how long you're there. A small deodorant will last you quite a bit of time. So I didn't put them away, but this one, it's not, I don't think it's a value size, but it's not the size for, I'm not sure what the size is, but I think it's not a liquid either. So and this one's good, and it's Powder Fresh for her. Power Stick, that is from the dollar store, Dollar General, Dollar Tree. The dollar store is different from the Dollar Tree, and the Dollar General is different from the dollar store. And I don't know which one, but I think it's just called Dollar Tree. And that way it can be $1 or more. And right now some things are $1 and some things have moved up to $1.25. So that's the Dollar Tree. And the Dollar General are things that are $1 or $1.25, and they could be even in the 40s, because they carry George Foreman grills, electronics. They carry eggs, bread, salads, vegetables, desserts, fried chicken, cleaning supplies, clothing, shoes, blankets, robes. You know, I was so happy until he crapped all over it. I was like, this faux fur find is beautiful. And I was stealing it from him at first, and then he stole it from me. And now he's got my jacket. So I'm actually going to steal the jacket back and get him another faux fur. Now they have nice faux furs at the CVS that I had seen, and they have nice robes. But compare the two the way you see fit, because you might be getting, you might be better off waiting to go to like a presidential sale. And just in case you were wondering, for the spring sales, well, let's not get over curious, but you have Valentine's Day. And Lord knows, I think every woman, and I'll do a special video on Valentine's Day, even though it's Galentine's Day for me, it is, and somebody might find me romantic, who knows, but usually those secret admirers are so elusive, one can hardly see whether they have just passed you by, even to bend you on the butt. So, what goes unbeknownst to me, I will never call you my lover. I would just be very disappointed that there was nothing there in the first place. It was nice to start with friends at least. So I'm going to go to my calendar. And if you don't have it in your calendar, you can add it, the holidays to your calendar. And so we are almost through the month. I want to say I'm like extremely proud of myself. I wanted to temper my spending and see like what I was spending and how I was spending it. So I did gift cards for food and for some items this month. I'm 2 days away. My main gift card actually lasted a lot longer than my cash actually has lasted. I'm extremely impressed. And I did a place that we go, especially when I just don't know what I want. And they always have something good. It's a little bit more pricier, but I also feel as though it's no more pricier now than any other place I go to. To be sure, nominally speaking, the food has just gone up. So I would just have to say that after you get to the shock of it, everything seems pretty normalized considering the bulk of food and where we are. So we're January 29th. We're heading into only having 2 days left. I think I started my gift certificates. I'm trying to see. I thought it was somewhere around the middle of the month, just event wise. I was just like, I need a new plan, because at the counter I don't want people to see, to have and see and be all in, this and that. And I also want to make sure that if I'm going to live kind of a Dave Ramsey kind of life, eventually I'm going to have to use a plan of cash. But sometimes when you have cash in your jar, you mess up. So I think you mess up because there's so many good deals you can get by having the app. And so when you don't want to use something connected to your debit card, what I suggest is either consulting with your financial advisor in case. The only thing that scares me is one time my sister said a colleague of hers, they wiped out his account. And I was like, how'd they do that? Because, technically, something. And she didn't really explain it to me, but whatever he had, they wiped out his account. And I just told myself, oh my God, this is not right. And what I did was I said, well, how can I help myself not to get into that situation? And what I found were that, we can set alerts and activity to be blocked, of course, and things to be frozen. But when it comes to that particular account, I said, well, one of the things that you can do as a consumer is to, if something like that is happening at the pump, or it's happening at a POS, what is it? Point of service or point of sale transaction, where you're either face to face with technology or face to face with a person, is to cut down on face to face. And so I laugh at myself because sometimes I find myself doing the opposite and not setting it up. So I wanted to set it up, and I wanted to set it up and make sure that I could get through that transaction without having to be connected to it in any way. And so I said, well, you're going to have to do your best. And if you have a chance, you can try this and try this. So I went to the dollar store. I was trying to find something. It wouldn't take at the cashier. So I said, forget it. I'm just going to click off and get one of these. But what had happened was some holiday happened in between now and then, and then and there, and there and now. And all the gift cards just disappeared, just like that. And I think it was parents trying to teach their kids on a limited budget how to have money during the school year. So in the beginning of October, all these gift cards just went missing. For people going to college, and they were like, don't open a credit card when you get there. Here's your credit card, it's reloadable, So I think that's what happened. So when I came out and I was ready to do that, it was like around that back to school time, and I have to say, the Dollar Tree was empty. So I'm not worried about being a dollar store girl who shops at Williams-Sonoma and also gets goods at, Nordstrom's and, is and the, a privileged store. But I can buy $60 worth of items at one store, and I will be buying 1 or 2 items and taking my time at Nordstrom. So there's this thing as mind over matter. Okay, I'm shocker. Yeah, I'm not. If I wanted to buy the whole dollar store and there's $5,000 worth of goods in it, that's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is just have a well-rounded kind of parsing of food around me and have it. And since it's flown off the store shelves, at least I know it's been liberated. And I'm not the only one in the well, buying Aunt Jemima syrup and baked goods. But I do want you to understand that in self-preserving times, you can also go to the supermarket, and every week they have great sales. So some people say it's not enough, I can't get through it, but you have to forward them back to the weekly specials that the stores have. And then on those days, you just have to get there super early, just like you would be waiting in line for stuff that comes by a truck for your food. Go to the store. I believe they have specials that hit in the beginning of the week, the midweek, and they will actually get you in and out. Now, I have a slight apprehension towards stores because the world is a very loud place to me. So when I go, and I have to make sure my earbuds are working so I can get in and get out. It is a very loud place to me. But during the pandemic, lines were around the corner. So I had no choice when I was living in my house. Now it becomes a matter of what's available that is good and sufficient, but doesn't require all the, I'm not ready to have all the amenities of home. So the idea is to go to the supermarket. I'm going to get some ready-made foods, and then I'm going to spend other time on what I call I forget how to pronounce it. And so for once, I'm going to look up this because I can't stand it that I don't know how to pronounce this word. And it's not a word that I haven't used before, but every time I keep forgetting the word. So I may not have access, but we'll see what happens. And look at this. They have a store, Shop Now, and you can get everything from Jatimu for $1.69. I mean, clothes aren't, you can't get any cheaper. I don't need any more clothes. So here we go. For this particular section and season, if I was going out, I might, handle things a little bit different, but go on, sneak on over there. Yes, take your time. Oh, you're so good. Oh my god. So I'm gonna sure there we go. I cannot pronounce that. So this is, hopefully I will make it, and it's a cheese board. I think I am.
Break new ground with American Express Blue Business Cash. Invention is an act of determination to go where
2 of 2.
before. The all-new Pilot Trail Sport, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Repeat after me. Charcuterie. This is basically the art of making and assembling a meat and cheese platter, and I'm going to show you how to make one that'll impress everyone.
So I'm going to give her kudos.
Hey everybody, it's Natasha of Natasha'sKitchen.com, and today I'm going to teach you how to make the ultimate cheese board. This is a crowd pleaser, and it's easier than you think, so let's get started. You'll need something to serve your charcuterie on. You can use either a serving platter or a baking sheet. Also, a cutting board works really well, or you can...
Charcuterie. Okay, can you do it? Can I do it? So, charcuterie. Now, if I had bounced back into the word itself, we got charcuterie. It's C-H-A-R, charcut, and that's your C-U, tar, T-E-R, re. If I had done my practices on my Hooked on Phonics, charcuterie would have been the board, the ultimate cheese board. And that's why I say I like to buy my little cheeses, right? Charcuterie. Okay, so you can never have an excuse why you can't be like, you want a cheese board, you want charcuterie, I'm gonna get you a re of cheese, charcuterie. Okay. All right. So you are cute. You're charcuterie. I am not cheese yet. So that's Natasha's Kitchen. Give her some kudos out there, and I'm going to stick up a like thumb. And I will do that over here. Okay, so we're all right. And there we go. Now what's good about the charcuterie board is if you budget charcuterie, you get a beautiful board, and look at that price for all that food. Less under $30. It's under $30. Okay. So I'm gonna.
Now, if you've ever made a charcuterie board, you know how expensive they can get. So in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how I make this beautiful charcuterie board for just under $30.
And there she got rosettes and everything. So this is like so cool.
Now, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And as usual, I'll be sharing all the timestamps of everything I'll be doing in this video.
And she did a lot of rosettes.
I'll also be listing all the links for all the items I'll be purchasing as well. So with that said, let's head over to one of my favorite places to buy charcuterie. And if you guessed Aldi, that is correct. Aldi honestly has
she went
such
to
a great
Aldi.
assortment of cheeses and meats and just everything you need for a beautiful charcuterie board on a budget. So I'm going to start off with my fruits, and I'm going to pick up some fresh blackberries as well as some green grapes, both priced at $1.99, leaving us at $3.98. And of course, if red grapes are more your style, you can always opt for those instead. Next, we're going to head over to the meats, where I'm going to pick up this deli selection for just $4.49.
which leaves us at a total of $8.47. And then I'm also going to pick up some of this jamon serrano as well as some soppressata, both priced at $2.79, leaving us at $14.05. And now that we're good on meats, we're going to head over to the cheeses, where I'm going to pick up some of this white cheddar for $2.65.
And that's
And
age
then I'm also
reserved.
picking up some of this blue cheese and this brie right here that are both priced at $2.99, which leave us still under our budget at $22.68. Next up, I'm going to pick up these manzanilla pimento stuffed olives for just 99 cents, which is honestly amazing, and that takes our total up to $23.67. And now to add some chocolate because, well, it's delicious, honestly. It's priced at $1.39, leaving us at $25.06. And for the last items, I'm going to pick up these crackers for just $2.29 and 2 packs of pistachios that are each priced at $1.19, leaving us with a grand total of $29.73, which is under our budget of $30. And now that we have everything we need, it is time to start making our board. Okay, so now for our board, I'm going to get
Well, she
started
does
with
the
a
boards.
17-inch cutting
Okay.
board and this brie that we purchased at Aldi.
And I'm going to leave it at that because what happens is, remarkably, everything you need is great. I mean, the grapes, they'll be gone soon, in a day. Like, but the meats, they're already cuts of meats that have been dried or smoked or dry smoked, or they're cooked already. That's what the great part is. And the cheeses are smoked, or they're aged already. So you really are talking about something that can hold up in the truck very, very well. And you can see when she takes them out of the box, there's no ice. It's just a relative room temperature that is created. So if you feel like the temperature is still below, it's below 50 outside, those types of things will last, especially if you just put like a packet of, like a cold packet in your bucket, and then put your ice in, in a double plastic bag, and then put your items in, a plastic bag beside it, and you will have meats and cheeses that are yours along with some fruits. And every once in a while you can go back and add, like, a sliced tomato, and you can, instead of crackers, you can do a bread loaf, a French baguette loaf, and you haven't cooked anything, and you've gotten meats at a really good price, and you're not going to eat a lot of it. You're going to dabble and eat from what you see. So it's like a little of a lot goes a long way, and it's not spoiling. Those olives, they're not going to spoil. You put the lid back on, you put it in, and that's it. The only thing you have to do is work, and you've eaten under for $30. And if you get bored with it, the only thing you do is up it a little bit by warming it. So the great part about the small pinwheel of cheese, that does very well in lieu of that's cheaper than American cheese, those prices in Aldi, and having your platter, instead of that, you're just picking from little things. So it does seem like you're snacking all the time, but all of that with crackers is very low. It's Mediterranean diet is basically what it is. If you add in some pickles and a little mustard, even if I add in an onion and add some mayonnaise to a baguette and stick some of that in there, I'm looking at a really nice hoagie with lettuce, tomato, onions, and I can add some banana peppers. This is sandwich making food, and I can put it in a panini press or in the George Foreman grill for the time it needs allotted to do the melting of the cheese, and I'm gooder than good, right? Because it's this cheddar cheese and plunk a piece here, plunk a piece there, and just do. You can even do a pre-melt. You know what I mean? And then take it. It'll be a nice flat, whatever. You put it on the sandwich, and you just have like a melted cheese, like you would a halloumi cheese or something. Halloumi cheese melts was really good. So, but then you've got those sandwich layers. You can do that with your bread. Bread won't last very long in your truck though, so be careful about what you get. I tried doing bread in the truck. It does not work very well. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I think bread is one of those things that if you can fit the loaf to the lifestyle, you'd be okay. And don't get me wrong, I have done bread before. I can't do it right the way I don't know why. So the idea is the crackers work well. You're taking it and you're doing it, and I don't know. So and so you kind of end up with a Mediterranean diet at that point. And what's the Mediterranean? It's Italian. It's the different turkeys. It's the stands. It's a little bit of peppers and a little bit of spices. And it's little breads it's the flatter breads that you add to it. We dry out the breads, but the bread it might be a little bit of crumbly. It might be a little bit softer. But this is something that you can do, and then you keep a beautiful kind of smell now, and you keep a beautiful way to do things, and you can toss the fruits around, and you can, use a dry dessert like a pavlova, and you can add in a little bit of those mini pavlovas and with the little spikes. You can essentially just do one in, I would definitely try to do the clear cup, but you can create your own parfait and just add a little bit of whip in between, and you can add the fruits. But I would only do one miniature pavlova, and I would do it as a crumble, a little bit in the bottom that saturates, or I would do loafers, like vanilla loafers or something, and then you can do Keebler fudge elf cookies in between, and you will have the cream, do the crumble of the vanilla. You can do the crumble of the cookie of the pavlova, and then do a blueberry, and then do the cream, and then do the pavlova crunch a little bit, and a little bit of the Keebler. Now sometimes it's better, you like a little bit of cinnamon, you like a little bit of ice cookie, you know what I'm saying? So what cookie you want to use? You can use an ice cookie, an ice oatmeal cookie. You like oatmeal? You can do that. You can put a crumbled in, you know what I used to do? I used to take my cast iron pan, or just take, something you don't mind, your hammer, a little bit, or, just whatever you can do that's a little bit hard, you don't mind if it breaks, and you don't think it will break. You just have a little mallet from a little mallet kit, and you just crumble up the cookie itself. So it's in smaller portions. You do put it in a plastic bag. You add in your chocolate. The chocolate's already on the Keebler fudge. It's a striped on the top, and it's fudge underneath. And then you just add in blueberries, strawberries, intermittent layers. Then you just add in that. It has the chocolate already. And then you have the cream. And you just want to kind of put that towards the edge. And then you can go ahead and you can set it and forget it. When it comes to the top, you can add in whatever you want. More pavlova from the small mini pavlova, and crumble that. And you crumbled it in. I mean, it's a little bit sweeter, a little bit more decadent. I wouldn't have it like every day. And if best results come, you get a coupon and do a Sunday at McDonald's, and redeem your McDonald's points. And that's probably good enough. All things speaking, you can also do redemption points from Burger King as well. And they usually have the shake, but so be very careful because it's very cold. Not everybody's going to have everything. If there's a lot of kids around and they're all going, yeah, they might have some of the colder drinks. But I'm not in the mood to buy all that cold. But I do like something creamy every once in a while, something chocolatey. And so that's where I am with that. And you can get those from the dollar store for the $1.25. But you might find yourself getting a better deal if you get a bigger cookie. And this is where I want you to understand you're elevating. I love Levain cookies, and the big bulky cookies are great. Now they come frozen. They're already in the stores, on the shelves. And I have to say, it is wonderful. I am a big fan of Levain cookies. And they were in New York, and I saw them go frozen, and my mind was like blown because they have the chocolate, double chocolate. Oh man, my body just like, shoom. I am already there and loving you. Loving you. Yes, I did that, right? Okay, so that is that. And so it's like, don't beat it to death, but you can also have that moment when you're having a watch party and it's just elevated. You bring out the Levain cookies, it's like a puffed up cookie, like dynamite, right? You know, yes, JJ, I love you still. I still have a crush. I'm sorry. And so I know you've you've moved and you're with a feminist. Obviously a very strong feminist. So congrats on that. He didn't know me from, you know, Dick Dickler. So, but I guess we, you know, I'll have to start somewhere. Anyway, so, yeah, and then I think you should try your different schmears as well when you're doing like your snack time. Bagels last a long time. That's the great part about bagels. They take 24 hours to cook. So it might as well, you know, take, you know, have some sustainability. And I think as long as I keep those in the packet, I've been doing really good with my bagel. The schmears and things like that, I think you can generously do a savory schmear and with your cream cheese and make your own, you know. Make your own for your family if you get the plain cream cheeses, and you can mix them, the cream cheeses. And I'm, you know, I am totally can't believe it, but you can mix them with whatever you want. And so this adds a new dimension of your savory and your sweet. And, you know, I have to say, you know, be what you can be. Do what you can do. And this adds such a creaminess to things. You put a little bit, and it's just like a kind of like a sour cream, but you want to make sure the temperature level is not like scorching, right? The cream cheese takes a modified high, otherwise it cracks in a cream cheese, right? So usually if you're going to do cream cheese or you're going to do cheesecake and elevate your dish with cheesecake bites, already get the cooked cream cheese. And make sure it's, you know, it's what you wanted, right? So, and that way you don't have to worry about any kind of slight modifications being made. This to your diet, you know, but that creaminess that comes through is kind of an elevation. And then when you think about it, sour cream does the same thing, but we're talking more of a baking type creaminess that in moisture area that it adds. And if you're lactose intolerant and it's not like A1, A2 sour cream or whatever it's supposed to be with the A's, you want to also take a look at what people are doing in that realm and try to do what the best you can do. We've also learned this week, how to make butter with at least using a 40 plus cream, heavy cream that's a 40 plus fat, or at least, high 38, 36 fat, and try to at least hit that 40, that 42, that 44, and then you blend it, and then you stop and you squeeze, and then you basically put it in a mode of how you want it to be, usually some type of a square. Tupperware is fine, and just wrap it in saran wrap, put it in and let it just get to the right hardening amount, and it has such a wonderful taste. You can add salt to it, you can season it. A lot of people like a little bit of chives, or it's kind of a dill, and you can even tarragon the butter, a little bit of that as well. You can add a little bit of onions to it. You can make it savory, you can make it extra sweeter, so you've known apple butter, honey butter, and so this is the type of things you can do. And in between, it doesn't require too much. It actually, you don't have to. It lasts forever. Okay, so basically, you don't need a refrigerator. You don't need anything, I don't think, once you do it the natural way. And so it is up to you to just keep it at a temperature where it's not melting, because obviously butter does have a melting point, and so it's just up to you before you use it to keep it a little bit cool, but it doesn't necessarily need to be frozen, and you can freeze it. It lasts forever, and so it's great. So I would just kind of taste it and test it for yourself in the blender. And once it gets to a point where it leaches out and it's separated out, and it does naturally go to a nice yellow tone, or some type of a creamier tone, and you'll see it white to a little bit of yellowing. And when that happens, you start slow. Secret is to start slow, and then you reach the pinnacle, and that's it. When it starts to separate out itself in the mixing process, then, and this could be anywhere from, I'm going to say maybe somewhere between 5 and 10, 15 minutes, maybe not more than that. It's a really short 20-minute less process. And then you just want to squeeze the milk out. Why do you want to squeeze the extra liquid out? It's because if you keep that there, it goes rancid quickly. If you want a preserved butter, that's going to take care of itself, and it's going to be like, I don't know you, mold, I don't know you, I can fight you off. You take away the liquid, okay? And so then you just have this creaminess going, and you're perfect, okay? So you're not necessarily, a loser or something like that. So it's going to last, and it's not going to turn like rancid on you. Perfect. And then there might be people who do it a different way. I don't know. I just learned it, and I learned it from the chef. I'm going to give credit to. I'll have to come back and do the credit for them. Okay? And that's it. Then, so you have the plate. You have the cheese. You have the bread. You have a grilled cheese. You have a hoagie. You have a wonderful opportunity to use your George Foreman grill and do some panini making. And you have a wonderful, I have them Nespresso, and I haven't plugged in anything but the George Foreman grill every once in a while, and then the Panini Express. And then hopefully I have the heater, and I have all of this. And I saw this wonderful opportunity to buy a really nice, I think it's like a 4,000 watt or 2,000 watt. It's hard to say what it is, but I have to go back to QVC to find it. Because I know, and you know that I know what I know is that I know that this is going to be on 6 easy payments. Okay. So, which means I pay those payments every month, and then I will own my heater in 6 easy payments, and it does regenerate via solar, wall plug, car battery, and everything. And you would be surprised what happens out here. What is this? Cloudy day, cloudy day, cloudy day, cloudy day. Oh, sweet Lord, you have to find another way to use solar and make this work. And so instead of grifting in and out of auspicious occasions, why not get something that's wattage? How many wattage? Like, I almost feel like QVC is my inner Gelfling. I would like this. Yes, my name is Kelly. Yes, this is my interest. Thank you. Thank you, Sinbad. That's right. And what else do you like? I'm going to get that Beekman Brothers soap. That is really sudsy, because I know you're going to sell out of that. Okay. All right, Kelly. Okay, we got a special gift bag for you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And then on top of that, we have HSS. I'm going to check them too. I'm going to check Amazon. I'm going to check and check and check and check. Because Kelly just needs what she needs, right? She needs that 4,000 watt. She needs it. Because I need to do better than buying coffee for that. And I'm going to bring this to you. No, I'm not. I'm going to save that one. I'm going to save it. But when I say I need my Nespresso coffee, I'm telling you, like, this is be real. Of all the people in all the world, I am so proud of myself, because I have still just about half. I know it's absurd. Let me just see. I still have half the money on my gift card for Starbucks, because I was more afraid to spend that money and run out of coffee money for the month. Okay? I was scared. It was a dark and rainy, cloudy day. I was scared for no. I was scared. And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody's. I'm just saying, I was so scared to run out of coffee money. And I don't know what that says about me and everything. But that's how scared I was. So I just want to, tell you that, I'll say, that is me not trying to be too shallow, but we're out of the shallow. We are far from the shallow now. I have a relationship with coffee, and I have a relationship with coffee. I love coffee, okay? And I'm not going to double A this with you, okay? I'm not going to and Al-Anon coffee. So, all right, I want to say, I'm just going to see, Tequita, te amo. And I'm just going to see, so I'm going to order here, and I'm just going to, I'm just going to see what I have. So I swear, London Fog, okay. Okay, I want you to know that the ice mocha tea lattes are sold out at the local place where I was going to go. And this one is 80 calories. I'm going to get, I know what you're saying. I know how you're looking. I know what you want, but I'm going to go for this. And it is, you know, it's about time that I tried a Trenta. Okay? So I know we got the top, we got the grande, we got the venti, and we got the Trenta. So I'm going to go for a Trenta, and I'm going to add that to my order. Okay. Okay, and then I am going to go here, and I'm looking at my choices of snacks. And I've longed to try this, but it is always sold out. And I'm gonna do a customize, and ooh, okay, so they actually don't have the customization that I thought, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this because I have been dying to try this sandwich, and we're nearly at the 2 to the 3 to the 4. So now I have kind of messed up because I am slightly at a kind of at a 2. I'm over my amount for the stars. Now I wonder if you can only order based on stars and then money, and I probably have to do a how-to video, but when you go, pre-order and then pick up, because if you are who you are, you want to kind of get in and get out. And if you're super hungry, you can just pre-order and everything. So I'm going to try this one, and I've added it, and then I'm going to close down. And this looks like really good, you know, and that's like it. I'm going to check out that, and I'm going to go here. And of course, I'm going to go here, and I'm going to look up stuff, and then I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go over here and look up stuff. Ooh, it's not sold. And I'm going to go down there, and then, oh my goodness gracious, see what we have going on. And I am doing pretty well. So I'm going to go down here, and I am good. So one thing is relative. There's a lot of love for cakes, and we've had a really nice croissant date and everything. So I'm going to suck it to me at that, okay? And I'm going to go, and I'm going to hit there, because everything closes down relatively quickly. And that's it. So, okay. So we got everything. Okay. I don't know how they do this. So I have that, and I see I can only use a certain amount of stars. Which is great. And I'm going to continue. Items not ranged for ordering at the specific store. Okay, so is that going to say? Okay. Okay. So I don't know what that is. So we're going to take off one. And then we're going to use, okay. All right, I finally did it, and I did it. I am so happy. I used my stars. Okay, and okay. Okay, so the stars have been applied, and I'm gonna check out, and okay. And that's it. So I finally used it, and it's not as much as it should be more. I was thinking, but it has been, I guess it's been 90, so maybe it should have been 180, but it was 168. So this is what I'm thinking. I don't know what to think. So hopefully I'm missing let's see, once, so I was one, but I was like, I guess 6 points off. So something happened with 6 points. I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, there's some clouds, there's some rains, and then there's some things. You just have to deal with it. If someone needed those 6 points or whatever, even if it was 12 points, if they needed those 12 points, and maybe I used it on something else thinking I could use the 12 points. I have no idea. But at some point in time, you're done. And that's what happens. So I'm done. And I've got my order. And they told me when I could pick it up and everything. Although I probably could have ordered ahead. And that's it. Now I'm good. And I can add to Siri. And I'm done. So there we go. And then I don't even have to like use the app. So this really is teaching me how stupid my life could have been. My stupid life could have been smarter if I had done this earlier. Okay. Now I'm going to go over to Mickey D's because I know what you're saying. What are you doing? Because so, oh my God. I'm not sure how to use this at all. So I'm going to practice a little. And I had a Starbucks card before, probably maybe somewhere near to, oh my gosh, almost, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 years ago. I think everything changed when, I'm sorry, excuse me. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. And everything changed for my life. So I had the death of my mom, and it's like I've forgotten everything. So I know you're saying, what are you doing? Why isn't this girl know this? Because on the date of some happenings, you are overwhelmed. And I leave it at that. And now I'm coming back to be the new person who knows that there's a Trenta drink size at Starbucks, and that there is, which is, their 30 ounce, and to know that I can redeem my rewards points and also ask Siri to help me place my orders, because when I have an ongoing order that I want. And that's it. Is this kind of like the progressive man helping us not to be our parents? Probably not. But it's like when you have a big thing going on in your life, you can see how it throws you off. But when you're back to getting your stride, you can see how you don't know the things you should already know that everyone else knows, and that their life is simpler, but now you're catching up. So that is great. I'm going to go ahead and do the best I can do. If I make it, I make it. And if I don't, I don't. So that's taking a while, and I was hoping to get a really good dessert from Mickey D's. And don't worry, I've got stock, so I'm good there. So, and I did find my app, which I was going to use to do my Gig Pro job. I guess it's just the day that, and this is the Lord that the Lord has made. This is the day that the Lord has made. Okay. And I will rejoice and be glad in it. So that's great. Okay, so I'm going to get that all set up, and I'm going to be really happily, really good. So, all right. So, shake it down now. Okay, so now we have that all taken care of, and you're all saying, like, what is your girl gonna get in? So I got that big cup coming to me of whatever I ordered, I can't remember, and I have a wonderful kind of oh, you might actually okay. Okay, and now we're using the app. That did not work. Okay, go here. And that's very vague. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can pick it up and search. Use my location. Wow. Okay, I thought they had one of you in downtown Silver Spring. Because I was ready to go there. Okay, well, we don't have to worry about that. I used to go to the one in Bethesda. It was one of my favorite little pastimes. So, and I love Jimmy John's. They make a sandwich super fast. Before you can say this, that, they've got it and it's in your hand. And you're like just looking and gazing out like, and they're like, the sandwich is ready. It's in your hand. So when somebody has process improvement like that, and you think you can nap at the counter, and the food is already in your hand, and they've basically just taken out your credit card, paid for it, and they're like, you can leave, ma'am. You're like drooling and wondering which app you're going to play a game on. Or should I look at a text message? Should I ask somebody to send me a text message to like tell the people around me that I'm somebody? If you do that, does that mean you're important? Sorry. Did I burpify that one? Oh my god. I did. I burpified that. Oh my god. And sometimes you can put a calendar alert on, and it's kind of the same thing, right? I don't know. I don't even know. I don't feel like it. Why? Nobody's gonna do anything bad around on my watch. You should just keep me and Hermie as security. Most people don't want to go up against me. Oh, excuse me. Why? Are any of you in the parking lot now? And are you parked near me? Huh. But oh, somebody showed up.
Hello, and welcome to today's daily conversation with God through Scripture. Take a few deep breaths.
Why would I have to be crazy? Come on, don't be so dismissive, undergirding, misspoken.
With your next exhale, if you want, gently close your eyes.
If you like. Oh yeah, I close my eyes right now.
Now slowly turn your attention to God. Ask Him to give you the grace of the Holy Spirit to listen carefully to His voice.
Where am I? So I'm going to do this order, and I'm going to see you guys later. We're going to have lunch. I'm going to clean my bottom real quick, changing some new pants, and call it a day.
Let's pray.
Bye.